Hey there, business accelerators. How is everybody doing on this fantastic Thursday afternoon or evening, depending on where you are? We have an incredibly special guest, and we're lucky to have her here today. Krissy Ferreira is going to talk to you about some social media and a really cool membership group that she's got. So with that, we'll just let you take it away, Krissy.
Thank you. Super excited to hop in here. I'm so glad Randy and Hilary invited me on here. So for those of you guys who don't know me, hey, I'm Krissy. I actually am a social media strategist. I run a full done-for-you social media management and consulting agency. We launched our agency back in March, and literally right after the pandemic hit, and we decided to start a new business. So, why not start a new business in the middle of a pandemic, right? Why not?
Exactly.
But ever since then, things have been going fantastic. We started off with very, very basic social media management stuff like writing captions and, scheduling posts, then moving on from, just Facebook to Instagram, offering YouTube services, LinkedIn services. And now we're even starting to jump into Pinterest. And, as I've grown in my business, I have slowly had to change the way I offer services by adding somebody's calling me, so it's interrupting. Here we go. Sorry. Somebody was calling me. That was weird. Through Facebook Messenger. I don't even know who that is. Somebody random just called me. Sorry about that, guys. But as my business has grown, I've kind of had to tweak my services based on everyone's needs. So the more clients I gained, the more I realized, what people really need when it comes to social media management. And first I offered just done for you services, and then I was offering also offering strategy sessions. So a lot of people were like, I want to do my own social media, but I need a little bit of help, right? So then I transitioned from just done for you services into also strategy one-on-one. So that's been going great for a couple months, but then I've also had a lot of people who've reached out to me, and they want help with social media, but they're newer in business, or the business isn't really making money yet to where they can afford to work with me, right? And I'm one of those people where, like, I've been there in my business where, like, I really need support, but I couldn't afford to work with a coach, or I couldn't afford to hire someone who specialized in that area. And it really stinks, because you have this passion, you have this desire in your business, and you just want someone to help you. And when funds are not available, there's two things that you can do. You can just try to do it on your own, and you try to get as many free resources as possible, or you put your credit card and you get trust, right? And I've been guilty. I've done both, right? And both have helped me. But I realized that I wanted to be able to help these people with social media without them feeling like they have to go broke doing it, and without feeling like they have to just rely on free resources, which sometimes free resources actually makes you step back a little bit, because you're hearing all these tips from different people, right? All their different perspectives on what you should do in social media, what you shouldn't do in social media, because half of the problems that I have to fix when I take over an account is all the things that people think they have to be doing in their business, right?
Yep.
And they're like, well, I was told I have to post this many times a day, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. And I feel like most of my conversations with people are telling them what they don't have to necessarily do. So I realized, I was talking to one of my clients who is actually a graphic designer, and we were planning out her content for the month, for the next few months, where we were talking about her goals. And she wanted to launch a design membership where she could actually help people with like Canva templates and things like that. And I told her, I was like, I really love that idea. She goes, I like it. She goes, but I feel like it's missing something. And I had told her that I wanted to launch some type of membership as well, where I'm just helping with social media, where it's a little bit more affordable, and people could actually like share their social media posts, and I can give them feedback or give them tips on strategy, right? And getting support from other people in the group. So we were talking, and we realized that we should fuse our memberships together. So we decided that we could do a complete social media membership where we offer assistance with the visual part of social media and then the strategic side of social media. So what I actually did, we've been testing this out for a couple months, and Randy knows, because Randy's been in like a couple different groups that I've done. I tested it out originally with the social media engagement group. So I did 2 of these groups for 2 months and kind of practiced what it was like to run a membership, right? So, and then kind of seeing, how consistent are people when they're sharing in Facebook groups? How open are people to supporting other people in their business? And what I found is that if you give people opportunity to talk about their business and their struggles, and give people opportunities to network, beautiful things happen. Friendships happen, collaborations happen. One business owner needs services and another business owner needs services, and they swap services or they buy from each other. And it becomes this like networking, like magic opportunity, right? So I decided, I'm like, that's what we need to create in this marketing group as well. We need to offer opportunities for people to support each other, networking opportunities. So that's how we came up with the Sweet and Sour Marketing Chicks membership. We kind of created this like completely one of a kind, like complete all-in-one social media like support platform, where basically what we're doing is every month we have like a new theme, right? So everyone that signs up, you're in for 6 months. You don't just join for 1 month or 2 months. Like once you're in it for 6 months, and you're basically committing to 6 months of support. And what we decided to do was every single month we have a different theme, so we can break up different parts of social media to support you. Rather than trying to give you all of this information in 1 month, we're breaking it up. So like basically the first month is our foundation month, and we're basically taking a step back. So whether you've been on social media for 2-3 years, we're literally going back to basics, and we're going to talk all about like your profile, attracting the right person, like you're figuring out your ideal client, figuring out you know, your bio on your Facebook or your Instagram feed, making sure that everything is cohesive to attracting the right person, and really understanding what it is that you need to do every single month to show up consistently, and actually how to plan and organize content based on the promotions or your goals for that month. So we're literally taking a step back and then moving forward. And like the next month, just to give you an example, is like all about engagement, how to interact with people online and things like that. So what we're doing is we're going to be doing trainings throughout the month. So I am the social media, so I will be teaching all the social media strategy sides of everything. And then my friend Kristen, who's the graphic designer, is actually going to be teaching you everything when it comes to the visual. So every single month, we're going to have templates that are made through Canva that she customized, that everyone can download and customize to their own page. So rather than you having to go out and pay a graphic designer every single month for new templates, she's going to actually teach you how to edit the ones that she makes for you to customize to your page. And then she's going to give you support. So like, let's say you create a graphic and you're like, I don't know if this looks good, I don't know if the colors work good. You can actually go into the Facebook group and post the graphics that you've made, and she can give you live feedback on it, and everyone else in the group can. Same thing when it comes to me. Let's say you write a social media post and you're like, I don't know if this is attracting the right person, I don't know if this makes sense, I don't know if this is too wordy. You can actually post your content in the Facebook group, feel secure because everybody commits to not sharing, you know, the information that's shared, and you can get live feedback from myself and other members. And what's really great about this is we're supporting each other and we're pushing each other out of our comfort zones, because a lot of people that I notice is that they have really great ideas and they have really, really great content, really, really great promotions, but they're too scared to do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, and they hold themselves back because they feel like it's not good enough, because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people online. So we wanted to create the opportunity for people to get that support with social media for like a super, super low price every single month. One of the other things that we decided to add in here, and I know Randy's going to like this, is we've actually decided to add opportunities for people to boost each other's posts. So Randy's been in a couple groups like this with me, and we're going to be offering engagement once a week. So what we're basically going to be doing is everyone in the group will share 2 posts a week. 2 posts once a week for the month. Sorry, how do I word this? You're going to be sharing one time during the month. It's going to be the 3rd week of the month. You're going to share 2 different social media posts that you have. And basically what we're going to do is everyone in the group is actually going to go in and they're going to comment on your post to try to boost up your post in the algorithm. And me and Randy have been in groups like this, and it's really, really nice because like, what's nice about this is, first off, you learn how to engage properly on Instagram and Facebook and other social media platforms. It teaches you how to start interacting with different people's pages, because the only really real way to like grow your business through social media is through networking. So you kind of learn how to be a little bit more human, you know, and you interact with other people's posts, but also on the same time, it also boosts your post in the algorithm. So the more comments that you have on a post, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this with your own posts, the more people actually see it. So you may have 1,000 friends on Facebook, but probably only 100 people are actually seeing your posts every single day. The more comments you're getting, Facebook and Instagram feel like people want to see your content, and they'll actually start showing more of your friends. So the whole point of it is to help each other's posts get boosts in the algorithm so more potential clients can see your posts. And we decided to only do this 1 week out of the month because from my test groups that I did, I noticed that people lose like that motivation and they don't want to comment every single week. So this is just so that we have one strong, solid week of engagement. We decided to do it once a month, basically. The last piece to our group is we're actually offering people opportunities to share their promotions too, because in a lot of Facebook groups, people have a lot of rules about sharing your promotions and things like that. And I feel like the only way that you're going to get really good at selling is by doing, right? So we've actually created opportunities in the group where everybody can self-promote. Because we want to be able to support each other. Like if I'm looking for like, if I'm looking for an OBM, like I know exactly to go to Hilary and Randy, you know what I mean? So like we want to be able to support people in our group so that way we can make, help each other make more sales. So essentially that's what the membership is all about. The reason that we decided to name it Sweet and Sour Marketing Chicks is because me and the co-owner Kristen are two completely different people. She would consider herself more of like the sweet and I would consider myself more of the sour, kind of like that introvert extrovert like type of personality when it comes to being online, because we feel like a lot of people think you either have to like, they feel like to be successful online, you have to be like the super outgoing person who does all these videos and who does like all this crazy, extreme marketing. And it's not true, because my friend Kristen has built a super solid like business and has consistent like leads and clients every single month, and she's gone live maybe twice in the last 2 years on her Facebook page, right? So but there's different ways that she approaches her page, and someone like myself goes live pretty frequently, and and I would consider myself pretty outgoing, right? But then there's other people who do even more. We just wanted to show people that you can have both personalities or even a mix of the two and still be extremely successful online, because there is no one way of doing things when it comes to running your business. Every business is unique, every person is unique. And we wanted to create a community where people could come together that are kind of, in both types of situations and support each other. So that's essentially what the Sweet and Sour Marketing Chicks membership is.
Yeah, and I think that's super important, because all too often in business of any kind, whether it's in the virtual space or otherwise, people get hung up trying to be someone or something that they're not.
Yes.
And the most important thing you can do as you're running your business, it's okay to learn and it's okay to experiment and find out what works better than others. But at the end of the day, you have to be you. You have to be yourself. You have to leverage your own strengths and surround yourself with people maybe that offset weaknesses and some of those sorts of things. So I think it's fantastic that you partnered with somebody in this particular case. I love the Sweet and Sour name. I think it's fantastic. It's a great visual, and they complement each other. They really do. So I think it's fantastic. You go back to the social boosting. I think, you mentioned that people can get scared and they have a fear of letting people know who they are and what they're about. And I think that that's a huge part of the social boosting, because it does do two things. It challenges you to think about what you want to do to support the other person. But at the same time, you're also writing comments on other people's posts in a way that, quite honestly, is self-serving, right? If you do it right, you can accomplish both by commenting and complimenting someone else's skill set while sharing your own skill set at the same time. And other people are going to see that. And the more people that can see it, they go, that Krissy, she comments on everybody's post and she is so thoughtful. She is amazing. She's always offering value. She does this and that. Maybe I should reach out to her. Maybe I should contact her and see what she does. So there's just so many valuable aspects to the strategy behind the engagement pieces. Again, it's boosting the algorithm, certainly at the very top of that, to expose it to more people, but being in a position to comment on someone else's business post in a way that shines light on yourself and your own business is fantastic. So I applaud you.
Yeah, and I mean, I think one of the things too that I really want to help people with is the whole networking thing, because like I know this too, you're really big on networking. That's how we met. Yeah. And I have personally found that the number one way that I've grown since I just launched in March, right? I left my job in September and I make more money now than I've ever made in any job I've ever had. And it's less than a year. And has nothing to do with like who I knew before, right? It has nothing to do with like me like like I feel like networking has been the number one reason for growth. Like literally, like since June and July, I have like literally every single day committed to meeting one new person a day. And how I do this is not just by sharing my business, but by supporting other people's businesses, commenting on their posts, like celebrating with them when they do a really great job, reaching out to them and, you know, asking questions about their business. And I find that referrals has been what's really made my business boom. Like over the last 2 months, I have not had to reach out to a single person and like ask them to buy, right? I've never had to like, I haven't really had to reach out to someone and be like, hey, did you still want to sign up for this? Hey, did you still want to sign up? Like unless someone asks me to, you know what I mean? If someone asks to go on a list, but I don't reach out to people, like they reach out to me. And most of that is through networking and someone saying, oh, so-and-so said I should talk to you, or I'm in a Facebook group and people are looking for a social media manager and everyone I've networked with is commenting my name on a face. Like, you know how exciting that is when someone's looking for something and then literally like 2, 3, 4, 5 of your friends that you've networked with who may never buy from you, they're supporting you and getting you these leads. Because that's the thing about networking. It's not about like, let me network with this person so they can become my client. It's like, let me network with this person so I can support their business and they support mine. And when you shift, I feel like when you shift that mindset about trying to find clients versus building relationships, that's when I feel like building a business online becomes a little bit more effortless and a little bit more fun because you're taking that stress of like finding leads and selling, like you take that off of yourself. So that's why I wanted to create this community, because I feel like the more women that we have in this group, they can support each other to have more of that. So even if, let's say, not a single person in that group decides to buy from you, every single person in that group can support your business and refer people to you. So that's why we're trying to create this community to support each other, because not everybody know, like if you're very introverted and you don't feel comfortable reaching out to people networking, we're going to create the opportunity for you so you don't have to. It's already in the group for you. So
yeah, and I think that's super important because you go back to the networking. We're not doing things in a way like you don't go to the Chamber of Commerce mixers and walk around and pass out business cards. We're just not where that's happening.
Which
And
sucks, but you know, you got to make do with what we can do.
absolutely. And I think that being able, you mentioned it earlier, and being in that, you know, that safe space to be able to share, and you've got the relationship with people that you know, and just being able to openly share in confidence and expose some vulnerability or some fear without the shame of posting in some random public group that has 15,000 people. But it's a close knit, you know, it's a teamwork. It's everyone's involved. And I will say that in a group like that, the Sweet and Sour Marketing Chicks, along with others, like anything in life, it's what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I think because you guys have set up this group in particular in such a way that I won't say it forces people to be involved, but it kind of forces them to, but in a way that they want to. And so that'll help them to get more out of it because you've got so many different things in place to get people out of their comfort zone just a little bit and maybe do things they wouldn't normally have, but then they find out that they like it and they're able to grow their business. I think it's fantastic.
Absolutely. I think every single person, like whether you're afraid to do something, everybody's going to have to do at least something to get out of their comfort zone, right? Like, I'm not going to lie, I still get nervous going Facebook Live. Like, I get nervous, I get hives. Like, believe it or not, as much as I go live, I actually get extremely nervous. And I've been going live for like 5-6 years now. And like, I have to push myself past my comfort zone to do something like that. You know what I mean? Because I know it works. But one thing I was going to say too is like, I think a lot of times people get really nervous to share in like a lot of public Facebook groups, because a lot of times, like if, like you said, when you're in those groups with like 15,000, 20, 50,000 people, if you like ask for advice, most of the people that comment are not going to give you advice. They're going to try to sell you something, or they make you feel guilty, like you're doing something wrong because they want you to buy from them. Right. So like, I feel like I don't even like asking for advice in a lot of Facebook groups because I don't think I'm going to get genuine feedback. I feel like people are searching for keywords that I'm using, like overwhelmed or questions, and I feel like I'm not going to get anything back. So I wanted to create something where people actually feel like they can share a vulnerable struggle. Like they're struggling with getting clients, struggling with like your social media content, like you're not getting any comments on your feed, like you don't feel like your life is interesting enough to do Instagram stories, like sharing little things like that you don't feel comfortable sharing publicly. I wanted to have like a safe space where people are going to motivate you and actually help you versus try to sell you something and make you feel, make you feel worse about it, because I see that way too often. So that's why I knew I had to create something to help people with that, because I've struggled with that for years, until I actually found like I'm in a mastermind filled with other women in my exact industry, and I have like a coach and stuff, but not everybody is at that place in their business where they can necessarily afford to hire a coach, to hire like to go be part of a mastermind. Like I get that struggle. So versus you waiting another year to possibly afford to work with somebody, we created this opportunity for only $197 for 6 months. So it basically comes down to like $33 a month, and we're giving like a ton of resources. And the reason we're able to do that is because we're going to have quite a few women in this group, which I'm really, really excited to be able to offer this, because I didn't honestly think I was ever going to be able to offer such an affordable program, but luckily I teamed up with Kristen, and so far we launched it on Black Friday, and we had so many women join literally the first weekend. Like we're blown out of the water. We weren't even sure how excited people were going to feel about it, but we've already kind of started offering like incentives. So like what we're doing right now, if you sign up before January 1st, is Kristen's actually created 65 already made up Canva templates that you can edit for December. So if you struggle with like graphics and things like that, if you sign up before then we send you the template. So if you guys want to join, I would love to have you. If you want, Randy, I can drop the link at the end, or if people have questions, I'm in their group, so you guys can tag me if you want, and I can answer questions for you.
No, excellent. Definitely drop the link. And if any questions pop up, we'll make sure that if they didn't tag you, we'll make sure that we do, so that we can get those questions answered. We really, really appreciate, sorry that Hilary wasn't here, but she had to take someone to the airport. And
no worries.
So we really appreciate you joining us. And gosh, I look forward to seeing the success of this program. Very, very exciting.
Thank you. I'm really excited. Thank you for having me. Thank you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, okay?
Excellent. Have a great night.
All right. Bye.